Hey y'all, welcome back to right across the street from the ranch. So today we're going to gather some moss for our plantings. We have some white marble or granite chips or something like that. And I'm going to collect a bunch of moss off this mega rock. I've collected off of it a few times and it just grows right back. So this is really nice, thick, plush moss. I'm just going to put it in this milk crate because we're right across the street. But if you are gathering moss and you're not close to your house, we're going to be utilizing it. You might want to bring a water source to water it down as you collect it. So I've just got this metal spade. I'm going to get up underneath some of the nice thick stuff. Try to keep it as big as possible. This way we could, rip it as necessary later. And I'm just going to fill this little milk crate with all this nice, thick, plush moss. So that'll look really nice in the plantings. It'll help retain moisture. So Laura and I are going to get working on that. So that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai.
All right, so here we are back at the ranch. These are the new plantings. Some of these pines. Ooh, looks like that one's got some nice buds, so it is going to come back. Anyways, pine plantings. Thuja I want to do. Let's see. The new pine planting. And then all of these with the new bonsai soil. I would like to get all these done. I don't know if I collected enough moss for all these, but I guess Laura and I will hit it, and I'll give you a show real quick of the stones we're going to be using, and then the moss that I collected. All right, so here we go. This is mini marble chips. So some of it's still in the bag and it's nice and clean, and some, I don't know what it came from, but I set it aside for a reason like this. So we'll do like some pathways and just some cool designs. I don't know, whatever Laura and I are feeling per planting, kind of mix it up a little bit. And see here, I got plenty of this stuff. Boom. Nice thick moss. So, I don't know, it's a pretty nice size container. I should be able to do a lot with it. Let's see. All right, so we are all set up right now. I'm going to clean up some of these dead needles. Some of these species have a little bit of needles fall off and come off. They brown up or yellow up during the late fall into winter. So that's kind of normal. I don't think that's for any reason like they dried up or anything like that. They look pretty healthy if you look at the candles. So my job now is to artistically make this planting better with stone and moss. So let's do a little before and after. So here's your before. Got a little birch tree, volunteered itself back here last year. So looks like, yeah, 3 Scotch pines and 1 birch. All right, so Laura and I have been punching away at it. So I got some nice pieces of moss in there. Did like the smaller particles from the marble chips here to create like a little pathway. And so we've got a pine here, pine here, pine here, and then one over here, and then in the back, that little birch. So 5 trees in total. And Laura's got the little turntable, so she'll spin it for you. Her trees were in a little bit of rougher shape. They have healthy candles, as you can see here. You know, they all seem to be alive, but more of the branches were a mix of brown and green. So she left more of them just in case they were like collecting energy at their weakened state, even just to help it recover as much as possible. So she erred on the side of caution. So I've got a nice leather little baby in there. Just got to water these in. Let me do that. And then it's really fun just kind of taking your time and going through all these. So as long as we have moss and there's time before the soccer match, there's only a couple more weeks of the English Premier League. So even when it's not Liverpool and it's, a couple of teams that are pretty much out of it during the week, I'm going to still watch and take advantage. So the cool thing about moss, if you've never added some to your bonsais or worked with it before, is you keep it moist and it doesn't like grow deep roots that'll interfere with your trees at all. So you could use it as like an accent. You could do more realistic plantings that I've seen. Just have fun with it. But it really does help retain some moisture, especially in those summer months when you're watering at least once a day. So yeah, we're going to continue on. Got some nice forest plantings to work on. And I'll update y'all later. Hey, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Stella belly. Stelly belly, I like to call it. Baby Stella's in there. So she's going to work on this little arborvitae forest. I might have planted it a little high, so I don't know how it'll look after, but I'm sure she'll do well with it. So that's your before, pretty basic. And then I have, coincidentally, another one with 3 pines and a birch that volunteered. So that's actually cool. These two, they had only brown needles, so I don't know about them. But this guy, that's going to be good. Can you focus for me? Yeah. There we go. Boom. Okay, whatever. You see it. It's going to be alive. So, regardless if these two don't make it, which will be a shame, they're a couple-year-old from seed. I'll have a pine and birch little planting here. So, I'm going to get some moss and stone on these. All right, so this one I did more of a yin-yang type of curved half and half symbol here. Half in the marble chips. Got our birch and our definite healthy pine over here. The other couple of pines here. I don't know, just mixing it up a little bit, playing with it. Just going to get this watered up and on the shelf. And then I think I'll be moving on to the black pines. I definitely got to do some of the trident maples and maybe the coastal redwoods. So yeah, this is a fun little project here. All right, so as ambitious as I was today, soccer's on, and it's a cleanse day, which is where I only have at least 100 ounces of liquid and no food. So towards the afternoon, I just get tired and cranky the whole night. So I am going to continue the theme of trimming the dead ones off of the base of these. We have a good mixture, and surprise, surprise, boom, another volunteer birch tree, so that's cool. So anyways, I'm gonna get this stuff pruned off. I have a nice little accent rock in here already, a couple of them. That's probably trying to get these trees to grow in a certain direction. And Laura's gonna plug away on my absolute favorite of my pine plantings, the Japanese black. It's just so healthy and strong. Gonna have to definitely do some pruning on it in the near future. But anyways, it doesn't even have any dead needles. It's just perfect. So yeah, we'll show you the after. All right, y'all. So we are all set here. I think that the white and the rocks and the bright green from the moss really make this area pop and stand out more than when it was just like, topsoil and some struggling trees looking to come out for spring. So now trimming them up. Each planting has its own little design here. Got some of that old brown needle growth off the base of the trees. Really cleaned it up. That's nice, Laura. Boom. So yeah, we upgraded this corner today. So that's going to do it for today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai, y'all. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I know that we did. And I believe halftime is over for the English Premier match. So it's time to get back inside and watch that. Looks like we're expecting some rain here at the ranch anyway. So for my family and yours, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying your
bonsai and gardening projects as we get into spring here. And anyways, much more to come from me and Laura and the ranch. So check back. Cheers, y'all.